What is your intent to build up and encourage business in the area of Dunwoody nearest Peachtree Industrial? How will you bring its standards up to match the rest of Dunwoody?
Well, as far as Peachtree Industrial goes, most of the businesses there are not in the city of Dunwoody. The Tilly Mill area is actually all Doorville, so I'm not quite sure what control we would have over that. The liquor store in Texaco and all that, that's all in Doorville. You know, we need to be business friendly in general throughout the city. I was talking to somebody, a resident of District 3 yesterday, and they said that there's been multiple stop work orders on a karate studio in the park in the village, in the Dunwoody village. We need to work with the businesses to be business friendly. We need to make sure that these processes are streamlined, so things don't take a long time. Why do things take 2 and 3 months, which is what I've heard from business owners. Why do things take 2 and 3 months when they should take, a month or less? Obviously, businesses are very important to the city of Dunwoody because they provide the majority of the revenue of this city, the majority of the tax revenue of the city. So it's very important to stay business friendly. Absolutely.
Again, that's a great question for me because that's a passion of mine. I'm the District 3 local rep, and our side of town doesn't have the same design standards as some of the other sides of town. People always say, what do you think about Dunwoody Village Parkway? And I'd say, well, if we were going to spend $2.4 million to repay or redo Winter's Chapel and Peachtree Industrial, the citizens would be thrilled. The issue we've got on our side of town is getting it to the standards of District 1 and District 2. What I've done in that process is I know the local Peachtree Corner City Councilman, Phil Sott. We're friends. I've met with the Gwinnett County folks. We've worked together to get sidewalks put in over there. We've talked about putting a joint master plan in place. I've got our mayor sold on it. I've got Peachtree Corner's mayor sold on it. It'll take some time. But that's an area that really needs some economic development. The Walmart coming in over there, I'm not for Walmart, I'm not against it, but I can tell you that that's a first start to making that area nicer. We've also seen Empire Pizza come across, which is a wonderful restaurant. That area is changing. We've got to keep it going, and anything I can do in that area, I am all in favor. But we've got to work with Peachtree Corners in Gwinnett County.
Questions for District 1? And I believe Henley will start this one. What are your thoughts on variation between the codes for Dunwoody Village and perimeter CID market? How do you think this affects business in that area?
If I understand the question correctly, you're talking about the codes and the permits and all that go with it. And we're suffocating the little businessman and the homeowners with things. I've got right here for you this came directly today from the city of Dunwoody. If you remodel a 100 square foot bathroom, it's $25 admin fee, $30 baseline fee, $50 optional completion certificate. If you want to resell, you have to have it. And it's a total of $105 for the homeowner. Now, the subcontractor is $30 per subcontractor, and the total fees that will come to remodel a bathroom equals $225. Now, the people did not become a city to have these stifling, suffocating fees put on us. Yes, we need permits. The PCID is commercial, and they're probably the model for the United States. They have done a tremendous job of taking care of that area. They do a good job, and we need to keep it there. But there's a big difference between the little businessmen down here with Dunwoody Village and what they're trying to accomplish, and someone that has State Farm's money. So I say what we can do most to help business and small businessmen is stop all these re-inspections. They got to pay $50 every time. And it runs, if you look on the city website, look how much we're collecting in fees just in re-inspections. Take the burden off the little people and the little business people. That's how I handle it.
Okay, first of all, the PCID is the economic engine of the southeastern United States. It is also a big economic engine, of course, to us. And it must remain that because of the funds that we collect there. And not only that, the jobs that are produced there, the jobs for our citizens that I hope that will continue to come in there, that will buy your house and my house as the future goes along. The PCID, maybe, and one of the things we're looking at, and we should look at, is to create an overlay district there, just like we do in Dunwoody Village. We have to have, if you will, rules that we keep that area a prime area. Dunwoody Village is also one of the icons of this city, and we also must keep that way there. And that's one of the reasons why we have to do improvements there to enhance businesses to come there. And they're coming there, even though some leave, there's always seems to be a replacement there. First Watch just opened, Marlowe's is open. I can go on down the list. We got a new Walgreens, we have a Fresh Market. So those are the things that we have to do there. There are some of the things that Henley's talked about here. But you know what? Every other city has those. Every other city has those. The one thing I want to tell you is about a $55 garbage installing fee that they brought up. We've never charged anybody that. But you have to have it for liability's sake. Because if something happens and they tell you about it, you're liable.
Thank you.
30 seconds.
Yes, you did. Oh, yeah. You absolutely used my name. John's Creek does not have it. I've got it on, friend's got it on recording right now if you'd like to hear it. So, as always, they tell us things that are not necessarily true, okay? I mean, let's face it. That's a broad statement. They have the ability to charge us. Take it off.
All right, let's move to District 2, and Jim, I believe, will be first on this one. Question specifically for District 2. Much of the redevelopment efforts in Dunwoody will be focused on the Georgetown area. Define the area's greatest needs and what the city could do to encourage meeting those needs.
Well, unfortunately, the city missed a grand opportunity to bring in additional retail in that area by handing off the 16-acre plot and also the 19-acre plot to a nearly bankrupt, or actually a bankrupt at the time we were negotiating real estate developer in a sweetheart deal to end all sweetheart deals. We need that area, we need streetscape improvements for that area to encourage new business. That's the southern entrance to Dunwoody, and it's sort of gotten short shrift compared to Dunwoody Village. Instead we could have done something more Dunwoody sensible at Dunwoody Village Parkway and use some of that same grant money to spruce up that southern entrance to Dunwoody along the Shanley-Dunwoody entrance to southern Dunwoody. We just had a story of misplaced priorities in my mind, and we need to get out of Project Renaissance as gracefully as possible and get on sprucing up that southern commercial entrance.
Just some technicality on the Georgetown project. When the city purchased it back in 2011, they purchased it for $5.5 million. And what they really did at that point is they removed 300 multifamily homes that were going to affect our schools, which is, in my opinion, fantastic. The Parks Master Plan was not completed at the time, and so this was not designated by the city to become a park. It was actually ripe for redevelopment, and that's what's happening right now with Renaissance. The whole combined acres, after it's all said and done, there'll be 35 acres, and the total cost will go down from 5.5 down to $4.5 million. That's fantastic. There'll be 110 homes, a retail module, and in addition, there'll be 4 parks on 21 acres that we will get to use. So I think the Georgetown project is great. Georgetown is also in need of a grocery store. In addition, it's also in need of some retail. We're starting to see that with Vino Venue and some restaurants like Farm Burger, but we could use more of that. And I think the Georgetown project is actually to launch that. And so I'm grateful for the Georgetown project. I want to be very clear on that.
Another round of questions specifically for each district. I'm sorry. I'm getting so anxious, I just went right past you. William, you're a minute and a half, sorry about that.
No, not a problem, that's fine. I'll be brief on this because this is an issue. I think it is important, but I think this is one thing there's a lot of agreement on, is Georgetown is a product of a poor plan. This is something that we kind of got ahead of ourselves on, and we really didn't have a focus or a focal point of what we wanted that area to be right off of the bat. We had some ideas, and then that was kind of a moving target. And so I guess in short, the other thing is I think Mr. Westcott pointed out brilliantly is there's still going to be needs for that area too. The Georgetown plan did not take into consideration, I think, a lot of the periphery of that particular area, the needs of the citizens who already live there, the possible extra traffic, the things that need to be done in that particular area. So again, as with it being a poor plan, I mean, I'm not a planning expert. I studied economics in college and minored in city and regional planning, and I have a ballpark understanding of how these things should be put together. And I guess bottom line is, we've got such a prime time location. I don't know why the city feels it needs to be a developer. I think we have plenty of people who want to come and do business here. Why don't we let them take the risk, pitch the ideas, and then let the citizens respond?
Thank you, time is up, and Hayward will give you 30 seconds to respond.
I would like to point out that the city was awarded outstanding implementation plan by the Georgia Planning Association just last week. That is fantastic. This is the southern gateway for our city. It's now becoming more walkable, it's becoming more livable, and it will become a destination just because of this project.
Now we'll go to another round of